our first official YouTube video, and we're the
Little Ballers! Yay!
little boy.
Okay, so today marks almost the halfway of the season because the All-Star game is coming soon. So we are going to talk about specific MVP award races.
NBA award races, and
Yes.
we're going to be focusing on the most improved player of the, who we think is going to be the most improved player of the 2017 through 18 season.
And we all
know who that is.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Victor Oladipo, bro.
Kristaps
What are you talking
Porzingis.
about? Are you mental?
Porzingis! Kristaps Porzingis. He single-handedly brought the Knicks out of the shadow they've been in for the past 10 years. Almost. Right now, in his third year, he's putting up 24 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. Now, if we look at these stats in context, you understand just how well he's playing. In 32.8 minutes last year, he had 18.1 points, two blocks, and 7.2 rebounds. It's pretty good that's pretty good for a second-year player. But then you look at this season, with less minutes, he's putting up 24 points, 2.2 blocks, and 6.7 rebounds. And that's just crazy. On less minutes, he's scoring even more than he was before. Then you look at his efficiency, and that's just like off the charts for a 7'3" big man. Of course, the field goal percentage is 44%. That's not exactly the best field goal percentage for a 7'3" power forward. But if you think about the shots that he's taking, where he's like the main guy, and he dribbles around defenders and takes jump shots instead of a regular low post player, then you understand why he's shooting 44%. And he's also shooting 36% from beyond the arc, which is really, really surprising. Nobody saw that coming. And his rebounds and assists, yeah, sure, they're below average, but still, he's just a crazy all-around player because he's not slacking off on the defensive end either. And his defense, he's playing pretty good. He's averaging just above half a steal a game and 2.2 blocks, which is 2.2 blocks is really good. And just to prove how he's improved over these seasons, if you told me 4 years ago that this kid from Latvia would become a real contender for most improved player in 3 years, I mean, who would have believed you? So that's my argument for why Kristaps is better. And yeah.
When you talk about the Indiana Pacers, the first name you think of is Victor Oladipo. Why is that? Because he's having a standout season this year. And let me tell you a few of his stats. His points per game, 10th in the league, which is 25 points, 24.9 to be exact. His rebounds are 5.3. You can't expect much, and it's just less than Kristaps Porzingis because he's a guard. He's 6'4". You can't expect much for him for rebounding. And his assists, he's averaging 3.9 to be exact, and almost 4. So let's see his overall stats. We'll start at the 2015 to 2016 season. He played 72 games and 33 minutes. He averaged 33 minutes. So in those 33 minutes, he averaged 16 points per game, 3.9 assists per game, and 4.8 rebounds. So he was an average player, staying consistent. And his steals per game also were 1.6. So he was like 1.5, 1.5 steals every game. And his blocks were 0.8. It's pretty high. But his turnovers also, they were just there, 2.1. Let's go to his next season. His next season was last year, basically, with the OKC Thunder. He played 67 games, and he started 67 games, and he basically had 33.2 minutes, also 33 about. So let's see how many points he averaged there. He averaged 15.9, so also basically 16. And his turnovers went down a little from 2.1 to 1.8. His blocks went down by a lot, from 0.8 to 0.3. That's a kind of a drop. And his steals went down 0.4 from 1.6 to 1.2. His assists drastically went down. From 3.9, which is like okay, he went to trash, 2.6. Like he went from a bench to a bench player. And his rebounds went down half. So it was 4.8 and now it's 4.3. And now we're going to be talking about this season, the best season of all, 2017 to 2018. 33 games there's been 33 games in the season. He started 33 games and has had 34 minutes. So let me show you his points. So his points are 24.9 in just 2 extra minutes. I mean, don't you see that drastic improvement? And let me look at his other stats. His assists per game, 3.9, staying average. His rebounds, career high, 5.3. From 4.1 in his rookie season to 5.3. Now, I'm not talking about the improvement from his rookie season, but still, that's a big improvement. And also his steals per game, also career high. From 1.2 last season to 1.8. His blocks. Let's talk about his blocks. From 0.3 to 1 block. So he's averaging 1 block per game at least. And his turnovers per game have gone up from 1.8 to 3. But I mean, still, he's being a role player. I mean, what would you expect from a guy who was like on the bench in Orlando? He didn't do much. You didn't know much about him. He just came in the game for like 30 minutes, no big impact. And now he's leading a whole team, and they're in the 8th seed. They're even beating Kristaps and the Knicks, and he has no backup support other than Lance Stevenson. Well, Akil said that Kristaps has no good players, but he has Tim Hardaway Jr., Kristaps Porzingis, and Michael Beasley. So I think those are like good backcourt players. But Victor Oladipo has no support actually. He's like basically leading the team with this leading mentality and Mamba mentality, I would call it. And let's look at his shooting. His shooting this season. Let's start off with the 2015 to 2016 season. Same thing, games played. Let's see. So his three-point field goal that season was 34.8. Okay. So I mean that's okay. It's like one of those LeBron 3-point percentages. And then let's see next season, which is last season, OKC Thunder. He was averaging 36.1%, which is also kind of like in the middle. And now this season, 2017-2018, he's averaging 42.3%. I mean, that is called improvement. That was more than 5% increase. So I mean, you gotta say he's working on his game. And let's see. Let's look at his field goal, just his normal field goal attempts. I mean, his field goal percentage. So for 2015-2016 season, his field goal percentage was 47.5, which is like not that bad. And for his OKC season, which is last year, he was 49.1. He's improving, but this season he's now past 50% and he's 51.9. So I mean, his improvements are he's getting better and better and improving over every season. And this season was like his best season, his standout season. That's why I think he should win. And also, his free throw percentage. In the 2015 season, he averaged .83, so 83%, which is actually really good. In 2016 to 2017 season, he dropped to 75.3%. And this season, it's an average. I wouldn't talk about his free throw, but 79%. So, that's Victor Oladipo for you guys.
Sabonis comes out to set a screen. Oladipo swallowed up by Horford. Gets it up.
We just wanted to thank you for staying with us the whole video and listening to our opinions. And I still think that...
Wait a second.
What?
You said that Victor Oladipo...
Come on, bro. Let me finish.
No, wait. You said that Victor Oladipo had no help.
He didn't.
Yeah, but what about Miles Turner and Boban Bogdanovic and all those other guys?
That's not the point now. I'll tell you why Kristaps is scoring more.
Why?
And you think he's improved, but he actually isn't. You think he's improved because of his points, but you know why his points went up? Because of Melo. And Melo got traded to Thunder. If he stayed the same, if Melo stayed in New York, his points would stayed the same or gone down because Melo is everyone's first scoring look. So no one really knew about Kristaps scoring until Melo left. So I mean, it's not really an improvement. It's just that Melo left.
Abby.
What?
Let me tell you something.
Finish? What? Yeah.
Knockout. I think it's a knockout. Nice. It's my first one. Oh, the camera is still Well, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.